Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about how to create an Azure SQL database, single database. For this, we are going to click on this create resource option. Then we have to find out the service which is called as an SQL database. So you are able to see here SQL database. Click on this create. Now under this subscription, select your subscription package. Then under this resource group, you can create the new resource. Yeah, you can use the existing resource. I'm creating the new resource. For example, Yogesh Raje. Now, next we have to configure the database. So we have to provide the database name. For example, I will write here Yogesh Company. It's the name of my database. Then you have to create the server. Yeah, you can create you can use the previously created server. So I'm creating the new server here. So you can give the server name here. So for example, I will write here Yogesh SQL server. Then remember this must be the unique one. So I will save this. Yeah, I can type here Yogesh SQL only. Then you can select the location. So we'll keep this location as the same, East US. Then here you can, in the next section, we can select the authentication type. So we'll use this by default, use SQL authentication. Then you have to write the your server admin login name as well as the password. So you can write here as a YH Raje. So you can give your any server admin login and password. I'm going to write the password. So remember this password because we require this password and username later on to log in into the service. Next, you can click on this OK. After this, you have to go for the selection of this elastic SQL elastic pool. So currently we are not going to use the elastic pool service. So we'll keep this as a no by default. Then under this compute and storage, click on this configure database. So under this configure database, you have to select this scalable compute and storage options. And in that, we'll select this serverless. And then it allows you to select how much number of GB database you requires. So you can select this. Now I can click on this apply. So next part is related to the networking. So I can click on this button, next networking. So under this networking, we have to select this connectivity method as a public endpoint. And we are going to use this current IP as a yes. And then we'll go for the security tab. So you can select the security for this Microsoft Defender for SQL. So right now I'm not going to use this. So I will keep it as by default. Then for in under the additional settings, Now we are going to use the existing data set. So we'll click on this sample. So it's giving me the message that you are going to use this database, that is Adventure Works LT. So I will click on this OK. So here it shows the name of the database, that sample database. You can use this sample data. Next, after completion of this, you can click on the review and create. And once it is passed, so you click on this create. Now you are able to see it will creating your SQL database. Now the process is initialized. So it is submitted now for the deployment. So now you are able to see here the database server and its detail. Okay. Now we'll click on this home. If we refresh, so still it is showing deployment is in progress. Once it is deployed, then we are able to see the uh, our SQL database at the home screen. So we'll wait for some time. Now it shows your deployment is complete. So we can use these resources. Click on this go to resources. So it shows you the resources that is created now. Now we'll see how to query the database. Now we have created the database and we are going to use the sample database that we have selected at the time of creating this database. So we'll make the query on this. So for that we requires the query editor. So in the Azure portal, we have this query editor. So first we want to connect with our database. So we'll select this resources and select the SQL database. So now I will type here query editor preview. Click on this. Now it is asking me for the login. So my login name is YH Rajesh. So I will type the password. Once it is login, so it shows me the basic structure. And then in the query editor, I can use this query. So I will type this query here. So this is my query editor and I will run the query. So you are able to see this, the result from in this location. So these are the tables of the sample database that we have selected. And this is a sample query. So this is the query editor where we can put our query, and this is the result area where the result of the query is getting displayed. So in this video, we learn about how to create the SQL single database and how to connect with the database and how to query on the particular tables within the database. Thank you.